So my name is Ryan Smith. I'm a technician here at Koruworks. That entails like building the cars and building the engines, putting race cars together, street cars together. That's my main role here. So I got connected to Koruworks almost 8 years ago. Before I came in, there was another guy here running the show. His name is Eugene, and a buddy of mine. Both of us were studying up at the Marietta campus at KSU. And during lunch breaks, one day he brought me up here, and I fell in love with it. And so from then on, I started coming in and sweeping floors, cleaning tools, just really anything I could do to stay in this shop. And eventually that just led to me working here. One of the first memories I have is walking through the doors here, coming into the back of the shop, and Rutledge Wood's Toyota Century limo was up on a 4-post lift. We used to have a 4-post lift in the back corner of the shop. And right then, that just kind of threw me off. I didn't really, I guess it kind of made it clear to me then that this wasn't like a regular spot, even back then. Getting to know Eugene, getting to know Tyler, getting to know people associated with them, their friends, Team Rowdy, Drift Mechanics, all them. I guess it became clear to me that this was an interesting group of people with an interesting group of cars, and I was hooked. I was kind of obsessed with it when I walked in. Yeah. Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the first car I rode in was a white R33, and I was blown away that there was even an R33 here at the time, because at that time, you know, those cars were still, you know, gray market or Motor X cars or whatever it may be. Somehow they made it into the country, and I rode in it. First lap out, we spun, went off the road course. I rode Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I was hooked. I was hooked from there. I said, I have to do this. This is fun. But it come out, but Driftworks made a documentary called Outsiders Japan, and that movie got me hooked. I had never seen that side of Japan before, and they went, you know, all across the country, and it was such a good like expose on Japanese drifting, especially for like someone who is getting into the sport of drifting or wanting to know a little bit of the history behind it. It was a great kind of outline and overview and experience that they had over there. I probably watched that documentary 100 times. I've never worked at a shop before this. I was never a technician before this. I worked at a grocery store before I came here, and so really those early days, it was so full of like learning, and everything was exciting, and I didn't know how to do everything, but I had people to kind of push me along the way. And a lot of those projects were really exciting. The first car we took to FDE, our 350Z with Alec Robbins, that was an exciting project. And then later on, getting more experience and kind of handling Nick Novak's C46. I really enjoy the racing aspect of it. I like being out, you know, you know, kind of sweating my ass off on the ground, pulling transmissions out, and that's what's fun, really shooting to win. So anything on the competition side has been fun. So I drive a 2013 Scion FRS. It started life as a TRD race car for the Toyota Long Beach series. I got it, I had it, drove it for a couple thousand miles. The engine went wonky, so I decided to swap an LS3 into it. That's been the dedicated drift car for me. That's what I built it for, and that's what it's doing now. It's nice that you can go down the street and buy an alternator, buy belts, spark plugs, valve cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, all that kind of basic stuff. And it's just down the street. I really can't thank Tyler enough for this opportunity that he's given me and has continued to give me over the past 8 years. It's been really amazing. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And that's the only other thing I'd add, is that Tyler really made this happen, and you know, I'm eternally grateful for that.